Forged from Iron is proud to support Iron Supporting Food Banks. They are a group of West Ham United fans and friends inspired by the work of other football fan food banks around the country. They collect food and cash donations from Newham Food Bank in Beckton, who supply 7 distribution centres in the borough, 7 days a week, and hand out several hundred 3-day emergency food packs every month to families in need. They are also working with other groups to improve conditions for vulnerable adults and children in the Newham community. They are supported in their efforts by West Ham United Football Club, the WHU Foundation, LS185, London Legacy Development Corporation, Newham Council, the Met Police, Spire London East Hospital, Expedient Security, and a large number of West Ham and football fans. You can help by making a donation to their Just Giving page. You will find the link to this in the description section of the video details in this stream. Thank you for your support. Come on, you Irons. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Forged from Iron. Please don't forget to like, comment on and share this stream to your social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, and make sure you hit the bell icon for alerts on new content. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much indeed for your support in this matter. And we are here to discuss the aftermath of what took place yesterday at the Etihad Stadium. I managed to get the location right this time. Anyway, it pretty much ended what you would have expected. It was a fairly comfortable victory by 3-0 for the reigning champions and probably the champions elect, if we're being brutally honest. 3-0 to Manchester City. But Duke, reasons to be cheerful, do you think?
Yeah. Listen, we came in at half time, and I actually thought the performance was really good. Mm-hmm. And I skipped forward to half time because it was 0-0. There's no real. They hit the post a couple of times, couple of cracking saves from Fabianski. But to be fair, let's bring the microphone down a bit. To be fair, I thought we played really well. I thought we defended resolutely. I felt we put them under pressure a lot. I felt that we're needed. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't. We didn't go gung ho.
I thought our pressing from the front was very good. To be fair,
you know what? In the first half, it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. As a line, there were 4 of them putting pressure on. You know, Bowen, Antonio, FORNALS, and Emerson were high up the pitch until they came into our half. Once they got to the halfway line, then we dropped deeper and deeper and deeper, and there were points in that first half where I was concerned that was gonna hurt us. But we got in at half time, and I have to say, I thought the defensive performance was dogged. It was good to see. I'll be honest, listen, I thought we were going to go here and we were going to capitulate, and it could have been 5, 6, 7. I thought it was going to be the full-time score at half-time, Rob, before the game kicked off. I can't lie to you. And then as the game went on and on and on, we kind of just stood and watched, didn't we? Yeah. And it was... The second half, you could tell we were absolutely fucked.
Yep.
And I actually felt, excuse me, there we go. I actually felt that until that point, we were in the game, and but then they opened us up with 5 minutes in the second half. Rob, I see what people. I've seen what other people have said on the channels, social media.
If I may, Sharky.
Thank you, Sharky.
Thank you very much. You didn't need to do that. You absolutely didn't, but we greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Cheers, buddy. And yeah, there you go. So the tackle from Downs is one of those. It's one of those. I actually don't think it was any different to one that was played earlier in the game against us. Was it Rodrigo made the tackle? No different to his.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great ball in. But I question our defending, Rob, because there were 3 men at the back post with Ogbonna. And as Ake scores the goal, and it's a great ball in, don't get me wrong, I think it is a really great delivery. But the ball comes in, and he's left with 3 at the back post. Ogbonna on his own, and everyone turns around and is staring at him, and he's like, well, boys, what the fuck do you want me to do?
I think they were looking at Ogbonna because he was the one that was fractionally out of line with everybody else.
Yeah, no, I get that, but when he's still marking 3 at the back post, whether that's his fault or not, it's just one of them. It frustrated me, and I get. But their qualities just showed in the end, Rob, and that's all it was.
Oh, yeah.
They made it look so easy. I thought we played well in the first half, but Man City's quality just absolutely shone through second half. They knew what they needed to do, and the delivery from the free kick was pinpoint. The ball to Haaland, well, yeah, is it our own fault because we pushed a little bit too high up, or is it Haaland just being Haaland?
Here she is. Here she is, the star of the show. Sharky's saying hello to Winnie. Here she is. She's nibbling on my fingers. Yeah. Well, she's a baby. She's teething. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Right. Okay. I've got to put you down now. I've got to put you down. I've got some cheese on toast just out of shot here, and she's after that. That's what it is. Yeah. I mean, personally, here's the thing, right? I think partly we were undone by our tenacious, dogged, as you put it, work in the first half. I think that we just ran out of gas, and that well, not just ran out of gas. I mean, that's probably a little bit too simplistic. I think partly she is Sharky. She absolutely is. Yeah, I mean, look, it was obviously there is a bit of a gulf in quality. We can't lie about that. But I do think that the effort that we put in the first half was part of why we ended up sort of not falling apart, but there was a significant drop off from the first half to the second. That's one thing. But the other thing I think also has to be noted, I do think that I'm not going to put too much of the emphasis on the fact that we had certain players that were out as a result of this. I believe it was a sickness bug, from what I'm led to believe, that did the rounds in the camp. Because I don't think that really that would have made a significant difference to the outcome. I think we still lose that game even if Declan Rice is playing, even if Thomas Souček's playing. I just think that it is what it is. But I tell you one thing that I thought of that I think that has to be factored in is that and it's a cumulative thing. It's not something that necessarily happened in isolation last night. I think it's something that's cumulatively happened over the course of this season. And I think it's our lack of rotation of the starting 11. I think it's our lack of the utilization of the bench fully. using 2 or 3 subs in a game at best. And I think now we're at game 34 of the Premier League, factor in the domestic cups, factor in the European competition. And I think we're now getting to a stage in proceedings where we've got a squad that is blowing out of their arse, quite frankly.
What's the so just going by a couple of comments, I'm going to have a quick look. Do we know what the outcome with Vladimir Sufal's
I'll be honest.
injury?
I'd be honest, I don't know. I haven't really genned up on it, if I'm being brutally honest. I've been running around like a lunatic today. It's been absolutely a baptism of fire in my new role in the company. It has to be said, but I'm loving it. But I mean, the way he went down, clutching his hammy, I wouldn't be shocked if that's him done for the season. I really wouldn't.
Well,
I hope I'm wrong.
It doesn't look promising. There's no news come out from the club to say.
Malsey says it there.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Listen, we can't. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, Margie.
Nothing wrong with a glass of water, and it's a lot cheaper.
And it tastes better.
Yeah.
We can't. I said in the previews of other games that the games against Liverpool, in my opinion, Man City, in my opinion, and Manchester United, in my opinion, were throwaway games coming into the tail end of the season.
Yep.
I said they were, and you can go back and look, and you know that that's exactly what I was getting at. They're throwaway games. I don't expect to get anything out of them. If we do, bonus, right? Well, we haven't. We go to Man United. Man U come to us on Sunday. I'll be there. You'll be there. And we'll see. We will see. Right? There's no way that was the formation, by the way. We will see.
Sky had it down as a 3-4-3 before a ball had been kicked, would you believe? And I took one look. They actually had, this I found comical, they had Ogbonna on the back three on the right-hand side, and I looked and went, no chance. Absolutely no chance. Kehrer will be right, Ogbonna will be left, and it will be when we are defending, which will be for most of the night, and it proved to be the case, it will be a back five as an absolute minimum.
I'd like to say their class and our tiredness showed through, and that's basically what it boils down to. If we can get something out of United on Sunday, it's going to be a bonus. I think we can get something out of Brentford, but I know they have been our bogey side. I know what Mark says there. And as long as we don't lose to Leeds or Leicester, right, then I think we're going to be fine. We could pick up 3 points in the next 4 games and still stay up.
I'm going to slightly disagree with you. I actually think that we can get something out of Sunday's game. I don't see that Manchester United have quite been at it, in my view of things, since the League Cup final that they won. I don't think they've quite hit the same heights.
They're still pushing for that.
Yes.
That top 4. They're still trying to make sure that that's theirs. I mean, it does look a little bit better now after Spurs' absolute capitulation once again.
Very Spursy.
Couldn't happen to a better side. Or a more deserving fan base. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Except for my missus, of course. I
include her in that.
Oh, do you? All right. I'll let her know you speak so highly.
That's all right. Oh, I like her. I just think she's a Spurs fan. That's all it boils down to.
Nah,
I mean, listen, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 7 key games still to come up, Rob.
Yep.
Right, there are 7 key games left in this season, and you know exactly what I'm doing. You know exactly what I'm doing.
Yep.
There are 4 league games left, and there are 3 games left in the cup.
Yep.
If we can win the 3 games left in the cup, Thank you very much. That will do so very, very nicely. We pick up 1 win out of the remaining 4 games in the league. Thank you very much. That will do very, very nicely. And there you will see us staying up, winning the conference, and it will be on the grand scheme of things, a successful season.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you'd have said to me at the beginning of the season, we're gonna struggle in the Premier League, we're gonna dice with death at times, I think it's probably a fair description of a lot of this season. But you're gonna, at the end of it, you're gonna just do enough, whether that's by virtue of the fact that we were better than the other teams or they were just worse than us, whichever way you want to argue it, it's up to you. But you will finish 15th and win the Conference League or any of the trophies that we were realistically up for. Mate, when we've discussed it before, I was 4 years old when we won a proper trophy. I'm not talking the Intertoto Cup. That essentially was a pre-season tournament to get into a proper tournament. So the last time we won something, I was 4 years old. Well, in about 2.5 years' time, I turned 50.
Well, that's it, isn't it? That's what this boils down to, Rob. That's where we're at. You know, I was 18 months old when the FA Cup final when we won that. That's how old I was. I don't remember it. I've still got the scarf down there on the floor. Actually, I was sorting out me bits earlier, and it really does just come down to.
I agree with that, TC.
How much we want it. The players are blowing out their arsehole. Yes, of course they are. Yeah. Now it's up to us as to whether we want it. And it is, for me, it does come down to whether the players want it. If they want it, fantastic, go get it. You could be heroes now.
Are you concerned that they might not have enough in the tank?
Yes and no, mate. Yeah, yes and no. It's playing in a European semi-final. You should be playing on adrenaline anyway. You should be playing on adrenaline. I don't think there's a player out there worth their salt that gets to a semi-final and will turn around and say to their boss, "I can't play. I'm too tired." Because if you do, you need a punch in the jaw. As far as I'm concerned, you should be playing on adrenaline, the rush, the buzz of playing, especially in a European competition semi-final. I don't care what level of European competition semi-final it is. You know, people have absolutely belittled this trophy. Even our own fans have belittled this trophy. We should be winning. Some of them are even saying we should be winning at a minimum. You know, any English team in this trophy should be. Then it's not a success. There you go.
Marky Boy makes a point here. Don't want to get into a row. It's not a row, mate. It's just different opinions.
It's a mass debate.
Yeah, exactly. But winning the conference and just staying up isn't success for him. What if we don't win it? Well, if we don't win it, then I would say no. I'd say that isn't success. For me, success would be picking up that trophy. And if we were to finish above the safety line by however much, like I say, it's not ideal, but let's be completely honest. You know, we would have that moment forever and a day of having that final, the trophy lift by Declan Rice, and very probably an open top bus parade. I don't care what anyone says, even if we finish one position above the trophy. And look, you're right. He might not epic. He might not, and he hasn't thus far. But we're in the semi-finals, and we should back ourselves. Whether we succeed or not, we'll find out in the fullness of time. But like I say, it's all if buts and maybes at the minute. I mean, at the end of the day, what is a fact is we're in the last four. So realistically, we have a 1 in 4 chance of 25% probability of winning the trophy. Now, all right, maybe it's more or less than that in reality, but whatever. We're in the semi-final and we're in with a shot. So
we just literally need to.
And exactly that. Europe next season as well. That's
the key. 3 seasons on the trot in Europe.
We've never done that before, so that would be success.
Listen. We were promised Champions League football, right? We were.
Well, I don't think they actually said Champions League. I think they said European football.
Then I take and then listen. If we qualify again next season, that's been delivered. All right, it's a little bit later down the line, and it's not a world-class squad, and it's not a world-class stadium, but it's still 3 years worth of European campaigns. Take that.
It's a world-class stadium. It's just not a world-class football stadium.
All right, touche.
Well, you know, you can't say London Stadium isn't a world-class stadium, but it's a world-class athletic stadium. Splitting hairs, I know, but you know,
it's going to be I'll tell you what, it's actually going to be in the next couple of weeks.
Go on.
Or months. It's going to be a world-class baseball stadium.
Yes, I thought you were going to mention that.
And I tell you what, I went to both games. No. God, no, Rob.
Oh? Why not?
The prices went up almost double to what they were for the Red Sox Yankees.
Who's playing this year?
Cardinals Cubs, I believe.
Wait a minute. You're telling me the 2 biggest names in baseball were less of a ticket price than whatever they're serving up this year?
Yep, I believe I paid.
How?
So it's Cardinals Cubs. I believe I paid for the first game. I was down actually right behind the bullpen, so where the pitchers warm up, and they were down essentially where the corner flag would be for the football stadium, which would have been right centre field if you're a batsman. I think where we sit, or where you sit, and where I use the other tickets, that side of the pitch, £90 that cost me. For that close, yeah. So it would have been 132 I sat in. So actually nowhere near where we sit.
Oh, TC firing shots there.
What's he saying? Hang on, I'm coming back. It's sharp.
Sell it to me. I've never watched a game of baseball in my life.
Mate,
Why should I go?
I love it. It's just, for me, it's brilliant. So there you go, Rob. For my ticket in what would be 132, right? Cost me £90 last year. And up in the gods in 246 last year cost me £45. This year, for a seat a little bit further round in sections 127, which is just off to the right of the bullpen, I'm talking £205 a ticket.
Jesus.
For up in the gods,
Turpin wore a mask when he was robbing you.
Right, and then up in the gods, Rob, if I was to sit where I sat last year, up in the gods in 245, which is the exact same as they're set out now.
Yeah.
Right, so that is the Trevor Brooking upper.
Yeah.
And if I was to sit there you go. That ticket would cost me £91.30. So that's double what I paid last year for the baseball.
And was it you, your kids, and the missus, or
No, it was literally because it was what year was it? It was
what, last year,
no, it was
2022?
no, it was 18, I think.
Okay.
I believe it was my 40th. It was a present for my 40th.
Hmm.
Let's have a look.
That's at least 10 years ago.
Sharp, you prick. Yeah, in 2019. So it was just before COVID decided to absolutely take a massive, great shit on our lives. I went to the London Stadium for the 2019 MLB London series, which was Red Sox Yankees. Yankees won both games, 17-13 and 12-8. Attendances in the first, it was over a Saturday, Sunday. The first game on the Saturday was
Just played over 2 days.
It was 2 games over 2 days. Yeah, game
Oh,
one
right.
and game
Okay.
two.
It's not one game over. So
No,
it's not
no,
like.
no, no. So the Yankees won game one, which was on the 29th of June, which was the Saturday. They won it 17-13.
Hmm.
And then they won the second game on the Sunday, 12-8. 59,659 at the first game, 59,059 in the second game. I'm actually on TV for the first game because it was a league fixture, Sharky. Yeah. So it was, I was on TV because there was a home run in the first inning off the first batter for the Yankees, and the ball landed probably about 10 rows behind me. So as much as I would have been fuming, I was fuming because I didn't want the ball anyway because it came off of a Yankees player. But yeah, the tickets for that game cost me 90 quid for me first day and about 45 for the second day.
Do you know what's
and,
really incredible?
Here you are looking at double the price for this game.
We've done it again. We were talking about WWE wrestling the other day.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about baseball.
Now we're back to
People have
baseball.
joined us sort of like, when are they going to start talking about West Ham?
Yeah, but I mean, it's just because we're talking about the obviously because we got on from the stadium, wasn't it? So, I love it. I watch it every day. I've got the app, and I paid 25 quid for the a month for all the games. It's what I think we should do with the what I think we should do with the football. As Andy says, yeah, NASCAR next, that'd be quite fun seeing them go around the athletics track, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They've had monster trucks over there, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Want to do player ratings, old son?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, talk to me about this fella. Made 1 or 2 decent shots.
And very unlucky with Haaland's goal. Very unlucky with Haaland's goal. He gets a hand to it.
Yep.
I think if he doesn't squat down as much, he might get he might save it better. 6. It's not awful.
You guys in the live chat get involved in this one as well. So you're giving him a 6?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 6.
Okay. Fair enough.
Still concedes 3 goals, Rob. You got to bear that in mind.
It's difficult, isn't it? Mr. Cresswell.
I'm going to give him a 6 as well.
Sorry, Pete.
It's true. I'll give him a 6. I think he again played quite well. Not quite sure why he needs a line strapped down the middle of his face, though. To be fair, I feel like we're not doing him doing him justice. Can you see the line, Rob? No, it's all right because my mouse was over the screen, and when it goes over the screen, there's a line that divides our videos, and it puts a line straight down the middle of Mr. Aaron's face.
Oh,
I'll give him a 6.
Okay, fair enough. How's about Mr. Ogbonna?
6. It would have been a 7, but I think him sitting back plays everyone on side and costs us the goal. I know I don't agree with that, Craven, I'm afraid. But listen, each to their own. I'm not having a go at you.
Fair enough. I actually thought, compared to normally what I expect of this fella, he didn't have a bad game, Tilo Carey, yesterday. What did you
No,
think?
he actually gets a 7 from me. Could have been an 8, but he does let. I mean, he's not. Listen, I say it would have been an 8. He gets a 7. I can't blame him for the goal because Haaland does it to everyone, Rob. You really can't. Haaland's done it to everyone in the league, so it'd be harsh to mark Kehrer down because Haaland gets in behind him and scores. It's, he's done it to bloody everyone. He's done it 50 odd times this season in all competitions, and there's a good chance he's going to knock Dixie Dean's record of 63 out of the water as well. So I'll give him a 7.
One thing that has to be factored in with Dixie Dean's record, and I said this to my kids last night, Dixie Dean didn't have European competitions because it was before UEFA had their competitions in harness. So his was all in domestic football. It's a different era. I mean, that was in the 1920s?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. Vladimir Kufal, as we said earlier, he was... I mean, he might be out for the season. We don't know. I have a suspicion he is. But what did you think of his performance up to that point?
I'm actually going to give him. I'm going to give him an 8, Rob. I actually thought that his overall play. Again, I
cheese on toast, epic.
I think he had Jack Grealish kind of locked down to a certain degree. I thought he played really, really well, Sufal. I'm going to give him an 8.
80 goals next season.
Oh, mate,
no.
Listen, he's only going to get better, Rob. Stop it. Don't say no.
Over 80, no.
Rob, about 8 months ago, I turned around and I said, Haaland isn't going to do it this year. It's going to take a year. It's going to take a year for him to acclimatise. And I have literally been beaten with that stick every week by family, by friends, even someone on this bloody channel said it earlier. Who was it? Who was it that bloody said he's a bit of a player, that Haaland? Who was it? Where is it? Was it Sharky? Yeah, it was Sharky. He's all right, that Haaland, and he do. Yeah.
He ain't bad.
I listen, it's easy to say that more players will work Haaland out next year. It's all well and good working him out. All well and good working him out. Same as Messi. It's all well and good working him out. Try fucking stopping him. He's something else. Something else.
The Brazilian maestro, Lucas Paqueta, is next out of the gate.
I'm going to give him a 6. Fatigue is showing. Craven, I will take your bet there, sir.
Ooh.
I will take your bet.
Charity bet for Ryan supporting food banks?
Yeah, I'm quite happy to do so.
I'll leave you two to discuss that one later.
No, I'll give him a 6. Again, I think fatigue was showing, but he's just starting to shine, Rob. And I just think yesterday the game came at the wrong time for him. Anyone else, and he continues to shine like he has done.
Fair enough. Now, you and I both occupy this particular WhatsApp group that I'm going to reference, and one of the members, I won't name them because they might not want to be named, but someone made the comment on that group about people giving Flynn Downs a bit of stick for his performance yesterday. And look, he didn't play like prime Andrea Pirlo, I can't lie, but this kid's barely played this season, and then you chuck him in at the Etihad, and you sort of get surprised when he maybe doesn't pull up trees. I thought some of the criticism I've seen of him was quite harsh, in my opinion.
Yeah. Again, listen, I'm actually going to give him a 6. I thought there were points where we played well. there were points where he let himself down. It's not a case of him letting us down as fans. He let himself down. He knows where he went wrong, that tackle, etc. I'm in agreement with Andy. I actually thought he did a good job last night. I really do. It's a 6, but it's a high 6. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them.
Fair. Right, next one. Emerson.
Again, played really high up the pitch, Rob, when they had possession in their half, i.e. deep in their half. He played really high up. As we mentioned earlier, him, FORNALS, Antonio and Bowen did push City back in the first half fairly deep. Yeah, they listen, let's not mess around. They can get out and they can play. I'll give him a 7. I was impressed.
Pablo?
6. Again, another player that is devoid of confidence. Another player that is he's had the creativity knocked out of him. Again, we've mentioned this several times over the last months. I would love to see him come back in more of a central midfield. I'd actually like to see him play alongside Paqueta and Rice as our midfield 3. I think that'd be outstanding. But I'm going to give him a 6. I can see some comments coming through, and listen, it's each to their own. They might have seen the game slightly differently to me.
I mean, Marky makes the point. He gives him a 4, which is not a great mark, but he does make the point. Not his fault. Moyes has killed him, and he makes a very valid point. I believe he's kind of agreeing with you that the creativity has been sort of like forced out of him, and he's now just sort of like a workhorse more than anything.
Yeah, he is, and that's like I say, when we got him at the start of the, when we first came over, and you watched the type of player he was an absolute talent. He was brilliant to watch. But you see him now, and it's something completely different, and it's quite upsetting, really, because I do like the way he plays when he's on it, and you saw the emotion after he scored against Bournemouth, mate. What it means to him to play. So, yeah, I hope that we can get that Pablo back.
Right, next one. Jared Bowen on the right-hand side. He actually, I would say, he had our best chance of the match.
I think it was more of a cross. I'm going to give him a 7. I actually thought we played, again, like Emerson, high up the pitch, put a lot of pressure on, chase down, close down. Yeah, I agree with Andy there. It's very frustrating. 7 for Bowen. He's going to be key in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I know what you're saying about it possibly being a cross rather than a shot, but I would suggest that was still the best opportunity we had. It was obviously his choice.
Regardless, yeah.
Yeah, it was our best chance, arguably our only chance, really. But
yeah, that's true.
Michail Antonio playing as the striker.
I'm gonna give him a 7 as well, Rob. Worked his socks off up there on, the ball comes out to him and he held the ball up really well. Probably Craven very much so. Held the ball up. It's the same as Flynn Downs, wasn't it? Sitting next to him, I want more minutes. I want to play more. Why are you not playing? Yeah, no, he held the ball up really well, and we did miss him when he came off. Unfortunately, we can't play the same way when he's not there. I'm going to give him a 7.
I've been here, Charlie. Have you missed me? you missed me? Oh, bless you. Right. Okay. Last person you got to give your mark to. Now, this could be quite interesting. The main man, the gaffer, El Presidente, David Moyes.
5.
Oof.
Listen, we lost 3-0. So he didn't get it wrong. He didn't get it right. So you've got to say slap bang in the middle. You can't go anywhere else with it. It's what we all expected. In fact, we all expected worse. So therefore, he's got to come away with some credit. And I get some people are going to say that it was the players and not him. But again, I just don't. I don't see how he set us up. I think he set us up right. I'm going to give him a 5. I agree with James, though. I don't understand why Conte didn't get on.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mystery, isn't it?
Long balls over the top, in and behind. Yeah, we could have done something.
Can we give a minus score for Fanta Pubes? If you want to give Fanta Pubes a minus score, Craven, don't let me stop you. Anyway. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Before we knock it on the head and carry on about our evening, any final thoughts?
No, we go into Sunday now. Well, we've got some kind of special weekend coming up. Some people agree with it, some people don't. Certainly not. I'm not a royalist. I'm not a big fan, but it's a reason for a piss up. So let's have one.
A reason for people to go to a pub, Duke. What pub? What pub could they possibly?
Don't come to mine. I want a quiet one. Come next week.
No,
come next week for the semi-final.
That's where you're gonna want to go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, come next week for the semi-final.
No. Go
No,
both.
Don't come this weekend. I want a quiet weekend.
I
won't be here. I won't be here on Sunday anyway because I'll be at the game. Go on, you irons. But no, we've got a coronation at the weekend. So let's we don't do food. No, thankfully. The missus, Andy, is the answer. That's why he needs to get off the stream sharpish.
I wish.
Cheese
on toast is probably about as good as it's got to get.
Oh, stop it. She's a Spurs fan anyway. You don't want to give her the good loving.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
7 p.m. Sunday is such an odd time for a game. Yes, well, it would have been.
It was something to do with the
it's the coronation.
Yeah.
It's because it's in London. There's no games being played in London. At 3:00, they moved them all. They didn't want them coinciding. No, I tell you, best decision I ever made.
There's places across the road. You got a kebab shop and a cafe.
Got two kebab shops.
Yes, you have.
Kebab shops, a cafe. We have a Nando's literally out of that window there.
Subways as well, haven't you, round the corner?
Subway round the corner as well.
Yep.
We've got McDonald's, Burger King and KFC, all within walking distance on the high street as well.
And all of which you are happy for people to bring into your fine establishment?
All I ask is they clear their own rubbish up afterwards.
And buy a pint.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
You don't want randoms just walking in with a bag of KFC, eat their chicken in a bucket and fuck off.
Fuck off home.
Have you ever had anyone do that?
No, I have had someone come in, sit down, eat their food, and then come up and get a drink.
Bit weird.
And then stay for a couple of hours afterwards. So it's not.
It was a glass of water, wasn't it?
Bad. No, I would have turfed them out the door quite sharply if that had been the case, Rob, to be honest with you.
Oh, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I remember they did apparently some sort of.
This is why they're not done anymore. potatoes, cheddar biscuits, cheese,
Blokes
and
don't wash their hands in the toilet, Peter. You know that. Most blokes will just go for a piss and then walk out and then put their hand in a bowl.
They did a test, didn't they, Rob? And as long as I can sit there with you, Charlie, they did a test and they found something like 30 to 40 different strains of urine.
Yep.
Bestseller here. Probably go through more Fosters than anything else, but I do have Moretti and Peroni on draft. Guinness is a big seller. John Smith's, yeah. Cause is my go-to.
Right. Okay, I think we're going to knock it on the head there, and unless there's anything else you want to bring to the table.
No, I am all good, my man. All good indeed.
Because I think
my dog and my score anyway. If anyone,
my dog and my missus appear to be having something of a disagreement. What's going on? Oh, can you hear this?
I bet the dog's going to win.
Unbelievable. No, the missus has won that one.
All right, fair enough.
She took it into extra time. It went to the 12th round, but she got a points decision in the end.
I didn't forget. I didn't forget Carling Beck's. It's just a fucking horrible beer, so I don't like talking about it.
No problem, Walshy. Right, so we're going to be back on Saturday.
Yes,
right?
Probably. I finish at 6. I'm DJing from 8, so gonna have to probably make it about 7, mate, if we can.
Right. I'll forget and I'll send you a message Saturday morning and go, what time did we say again?
Yeah,
like I did earlier today.
As you did earlier.
Exactly. Have you ever tried jellied or stewed eels?
No.
Do you like fish?
No.
You don't like fish?
No. I'm a normal human being.
Stewed eel, like I say, I probably prefer stewed eels myself if I was given the choice. But
God no.
Anyway, we'll end it there. Guys, please don't forget, as we always ask you to do, to like, comment on, and share this stream to your social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you hit the bell icon for alerts on new content. And as always, we thank you very much indeed for your support in this particular matter. And when we talk about support, please don't forget the Iron Supporting Food Bank charity. We'll see you again on Saturday. Come on, you Irons. Take care. Forged from Iron is proud to support Iron Supporting Food Banks. They are a group of West Ham United fans and friends inspired by the work of other football fan food banks around the country. They collect food and cash donations from Newham Food Bank in Beckton, who supply 7 distribution centres in the borough, 7 days a week, and hand out several hundred 3-day emergency food packs every month to families in need. They are also working with other groups to improve conditions for vulnerable adults and children in the Newham community. They are supported in their efforts by West Ham United Football Club, the WHU Foundation, LS185, London Legacy Development Corporation, Newham Council, the Met Police, Spire London East Hospital, Expedient Security, and a large number of West Ham and football fans. You can help by making a donation to their Just Giving page. You will find the link to this in the description section of the video details in this stream. Thank you for your support. Come on, you Irons.
Ready!
Say hello to my little friend.